Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Squaring off today, we have two teams who come in with identical records on the season. It's the Chiefs going up against the Texans.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 39 that time. Fresh set of downs here. Now the rookie from Toledo, this is Kareem Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the rookie from Texas, D'Onta Foreman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
To throw on second is Watson. And some room to roam now. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun on third, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the offense has it 1st and 10. So certainly not what they were hoping for, especially on the road. Their starter forced to the locker room. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. A carry for Foreman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Play action now. Hackenberg. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Hackenberg looks to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. Here's Thomas. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. Right? In baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Here's Hackenberg. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong. And
under pressure there, and Hackenberg is sacked. Justin Houston. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Shane Lechler now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Thomas. 12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And an alley to run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And that is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Again, it's Foreman. And some room to work. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And they'll go bootleg with Hackenberg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This Chiefs team, 33 takeaways last year, most in the NFL, and they get an early one here.
It doesn't happen by accident. They emphasize it. They coach it, they demand it, and they get them.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get...
This is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. Room here to run. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run with Foreman. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing, Hackenberg. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
4th down here, Hackenberg. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So certainly the question there, 4th and very short, why throw so deep?
Sometimes the defense actually forces you into these things. Sometimes. What happens is you might end up in a man coverage where they press up tight. Could be a zone coverage where they're crowding the line of scrimmage, and receivers have to convert their routes to try and beat that coverage, and you end up throwing it deeper than you want to. Preferably, you want a 3-yard pass in this situation. Get the first down and keep the sticks going.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They go play fake. Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Houston. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. To throw is Hackenberg. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Third and short yardage, Hackenberg. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Shane Lechler now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll field this at the 5. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They go play action here on first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now Foreman. And they'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
They'll run. This is Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Let's go!
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. They'll run it now. This is Charcandrick West fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
That'll be taken in the end zone. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
All right, here we go. Blue landing! Blue landing!
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go now. Green.
They run again with Foreman. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. Green. Detroit. Detroit. Back up. No. Check. Here we go now. Over.
Off the play fake, Hackenberg. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Second down following the run. They'll run it with West. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Big hold to the 30. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Now Hackenberg. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Hackenberg now to throw on 1st. He's going to fire one deep, middle. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Smith. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. Jones on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the 50, it's Smith. Keeps himself upright. Flushed out right. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Smith. He is going to find Hill here. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Second down now after the incompletion. Play action. It's Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On third down, that's West. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off on a great one, Darrelle Revis. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Here's Foreman. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock making him do it that way, didn't it?
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Hackenberg now. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing again, Hackenberg on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
They'll throw again. Hackenberg. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A toss play to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
2nd down following the incompletion. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Smith with a give to Hunt. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football. And this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hackenberg on 1st down. Gets it to Strong. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Gun.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. The Chiefs on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Smith. Steps away to his left. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Here's Jones. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Screen, it's complete, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Hackenberg to throw, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Kansas City, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Houston, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.